Oh, uh, okay, okay, all right. There we go. There we go. Okay, back to verbal diarrhea. Let us make sure that okay, great. Fantastic. Okay. Well, no, no, no. This is typical typical Mike here. Um I'm going to the issue wasn't with the microphone actually, it was with it was a software issue. It was a software issue. So, but got it. But in the interest of ironing out the issues, let's start here. It's not financial advice.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make
Oh, I
any
can't hear it.
financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That
Oh,
being
that's
said,
why.
hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See them things, see them analyzing that data. But like I tell you every day, the day they release it's a false narrative. The market
There we go.
bad trading decisions. Listen, AMC is moving up today, and these, well, the mainstream media, the one that's paid by the hedges, the one that's owned by the hedges, they're claiming that AMC is moving up because of the Mario brothers, the great
They are.
crossovers we had this weekend.
They
We all
really.
know that the box office and positive catalyst means absolutely nothing to these bad actors. We could kill
Well, it's not supposed to.
AMC would go down. Okay? So
That is what I'm saying, Manuel. There's no fucking way. Look at that face. There's no way that this clown passed the bar exam. Maybe he was practicing law in Nebraska or some shit where and I just picked that state randomly. Sorry to any uh Husky, whatever. Anyway, Utah, South Dakota, or something like some place where there's a shortage of lawyers and they don't. I don't think there's any states that do that. You know, like in the olden days, like the country doctor. But no, I mean he's from freaking New York. So, and I guess he did he move to Florida? Did he move to Florida after he came back into the country after those personal issues that prevented him from responding to the um, professional standards conduct board, whatever? Um, I don't know. American Samoa has internet classes. Yeah, American Samoa, good law school, good law school. It's Jimmy McGill's alma mater. Jimmy McGill, Slippin' Jimmy. Let's see here. This guy's a lawyer, Romanian, and you made it before we started. Congrats. No, he's not a lawyer. He is not a lawyer. Definitively not a lawyer. The question is whether he was a lawyer, because apparently he was disbarred at one point, like in 2008. Um, but I still question. I still question that very heavily. So, God,
AMC is moving up today because they are losing control. AMC is moving up today.
oh, because they are losing control, right? They, the proverbial they. It's up 34 cents today because they lost control. Yeah,
Because the
exactly.
cost of borrowers through the roof. AMC is moving up today because there's zero shares available to short. Okay?
Really? Is that true? Well, let's fucking find out. Borrow fee. 150,000. Yeah, 150,000 here. This is from this morning. What about the Ortex guy? What does he have to say? Ortex shill. This guy is such a shill. $200,000 shares on loan. 200 million, sorry, 200 million. But the short interest is $635 million. Where is that? Here. Well, that's 4 this morning. What are you talking about? How's this the closing bell update? That's 0400. That's 4 in the morning. This one's from 7:30 and it says 150,000. Or Texas. What a bunch of nonsense. So, yeah. I guess if you went off of that, here's the opening bell update. Same goddamn information. What a clown. Well, anyway, sure, some tasty cost to borrow. Wow. And this was also taken before the market opened. Oops. Oh shit. Wrong video.
That is why AMC is going up. It has nothing to do with any good news. It has nothing to do with Amazon. It has nothing to do with Cinemark. All of those things are totally irrelevant.
How in the fuck?
Over the past 2 years, the positive catalysts mean nothing to these bad actors. AMC does not move with the ebb and flow of the market like a regular stock is supposed.
That's bullshit. That's one. Oh, by the way, shit. Hang on. Hang on. Fuck. So it's a breaking news alert. Tupperware stock down 48%. Ticker symbol TUP down 48.76%. This might be one the apes want to keep their eye on. Look at that volume today, 19 million. Yesterday or Thursday, the volume was 718,000. The average volume on this thing is 2 million. Today it was nearly 20 million. Wow. But looks like another great American institution is falling at the hands of naked short sellers. Tupperware. Oh boy. Okay. Here's AMC. Now, what was he saying? He said, oh yeah, he said it doesn't ebb and flow with the market. Right. Okay. Sure. Let's see about that. I mean, I would consider the SPY to be, representative. Yeah, interesting. Actually, and look at this. Here, AMC went up. The market went down. Holy shit. But here, you get the same contours. Always the same contours. Yeah, same. It's going back into 22. But I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't think he's looked at a chart and months or something. I've never seen him actually do that. So anyway.
AMC moves by the criminality of the bad actors. And because their liquidity is drying up, because they are stuck between a rock and a hard place, they have nowhere to turn. And their algorithms are fighting. Of course, they're fighting. By the end of the day, we see 60 or 70% dog pool.
So this they was referring to the algos? That's a new one. They, as in the algos.
We probably see 60, 70% shorted shares, even though there are actually no shares to short. But AMC in the green today has nothing to do with any movie. It has nothing to do with any acquisitions. And
he's such a goddamn idiot, but I do believe he's right about this. It doesn't, I don't believe it does have anything to do with the box office numbers. That whole narrative is false. It's false. It's a false narrative. Why would what happened this past weekend affect the stock price? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
This is just my opinion. I'll tell you buy, hold or sell any stock, but what I'm telling you is this. In my opinion, based on everything I've seen over the last 2 years, the only reason that AMC is moving up today is because they are running out of liquidity and their algorithms.
Oh, say it.
Confused.
Say it. Come on, you got to say it.
The computers confused because they have never seen retail investors hold a stock in diamond hand like we've had at AMC.
Not true.
Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think.
Not true.
Do you think that AMC is moving today because of the movies this weekend? Or do you believe that their algorithms are losing control? Anyway, have a great...
Neither one of them, actually, moron.
Hey, God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.
God bless. Yeah. Agree, just like TG2 and Avatar 2 Top Gun and Avatar didn't do nothing. These crooks need to be stopped. We got the computers confused. How in the fuck do you have the computers confused? You only do one thing. Supercomputers are impressive, but God is much more impressive and just. Well, one thing is real here. The other one is not. So, okay, Eric. Oh, I recognize that name. Gary Gensler for prison. Funny, you can still buy as much AMC or APE as you want, though. Oh, that's a good point. Actually. Okay, so that would be why. 100% criminality. AMC did not move up when Top Gun Maverick blew the doors off with earnings. But now they want us to believe that Mario is stimulating the stock. Who are they? Really? That's what they want you to believe. They. Okay. Let's check this out here. Let's pop over to this browser. Okay, AMC stock news sorted by date. AMC stock rises Monday, outperforms market. Sure. I mean, percentage wise, sure. Okay, it does not say why. A mixed performance when compared with its competitors. Cinemark, Marcus. Okay, so that doesn't say why. Okay, here's the National Cinemedia nonsense. Okay. Bearish sentiment and options market for AMC Entertainment Holdings. AMC stock pops after Super Easter weekend at theaters. Here we go. AMC stock leaps as Easter weekend movie attendance provides boost. Super Mario Brothers sets box office records. AMC stock, Nintendo are rising. All right. Bearish. What? High volume trading on April 10th. 50 million shares is high volume now. Okay, sure. AMC stock pops after Super Easter weekend. That's in quotation marks. That means that they're quoting Adam Aron's tweet, probably. By surging higher by over 7%. Well, it's closed just under 7%. Yep. Here's a tweet. Saturday marked the AMC's highest revenue day since reopening. Oh, cool. Success of Super Mario Brothers movies, a shining example of the desire by U.S. moviegoers to come to the movie theater to be entertained. Okay. Super Easter weekend. Super Mario Brothers movie collectible popcorn tin sold out faster than any previous collectible. Uh-oh. Despite the exciting news, the cost to borrow fee is still at a sky high 390%, which is the same as Friday's close. The fee rises when short seller demand is up. And yeah, hang on a second here. I got to deal with something. Yeah. Okay. Boy, these hedgies, man, I tell you, they don't stop at anything to silence me. So, okay, I think I'm good now. Other people. Boy, if I had a camera. Um, let's see. He doesn't even know liquidity is. He just parrots buzzwords. He's worse than a political pundit. I'm blocked by that nutcase. Yeah. Let's see. How they not figured out yet that when AMC pops a couple of percentage points that it's shorts closing slash taking profits before repositioning themselves. There's no one but apes buying the stock that's making the price move. Okay. Agreed. High cost borrow can influence short sellers to sell out of their positions in an attempt to escape the high fee. Yeah, the high fee. The high fee, what did they say? 390%? I'll even use the closing price, the price that was up 7%. So that's $20 a year. That's 5 cents per day. 5 cents per day per share. Oh my God. I break the fucking bank. Okay. AMC stock leaps more than 30% in 3 days as Easter weekend movie attendance provides boost. Uh, rose Monday, as did the stocks of other movie theater operators, after a strong Easter weekend box office highlighted success of Mario Brothers, blah, blah, blah. AMC surged 8.4% toward a 1 month high in afternoon trading after the company said it's a super Easter weekend for AMC theaters in the United States. That doesn't really work, by the way. Super Easter week doesn't really work. Not really that great, but yeah. Hey, Charlotte, how you doing? Comcast. AMC said its U.S. theaters set an attendance record for an Easter weekend with 3.6 million moviegoers over the past 3 days. So like a million two per day. Top three revenue days since its theaters reopened. Okay, there we go. Top three revenue days. Great. That's awesome. Who cares about revenue? We know that movie ticket prices are higher probably now than they've ever been. We know that the concession stand prices are higher than they've ever been. Great. The revenue, top revenue. Awesome. Great. Combined with food and beverage revenue, the company reported an all-time high for revenue during the Easter weekend. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Wall Street doesn't care. All right, last one. Barron's. Super Mario Brothers movie shattered box office expectations and triggered a surge in movie theater stocks. A surge. Got a surge. Um, AMC was up 5.8%, while Cinemark rose 6%. stock and crypto plays was confused as hell about this. They're the one that's going bankrupt. Why are they up more? Why is their stock price higher? Good question. IMAX stock is $20, and Nintendo American Depository Receipts around $10. Comcast is up 0.7%. Great. Okay. Rosenblatt securities analyst Steve Frankel wrote that while Super Mario Brothers had poor reviews from critics, it won over viewers. Okay. Where's the bearish outlooks here? Let's see. Nintendo, they're talking about Nintendo here. Well, anyway. AIB. I think you're about to just you're about to get smacked down if I know Model 3 dude. Anyway, Ape should invest all they have left in fructose futures. Yeah. Let's pop back over here. Okay, so I'm just going to see if there's anything really important here that needs to be seen. Oh, look at Tony DeNaro. Tony, no shares available. Floodbusters episode 3. What is he trying to? He's trying to fact check now. Floodbusters. I'm glad I didn't use that moniker.
Guys, Tony DeNaro here. Well, I really didn't want to make this video, but these people
No?
are relentless in lying to you about this myth about no shares available to short AMC. Let's talk about it on today's episode.
Well, guess what? We've been talking about this for 2 fucking years. We've been talking about this for 2 years. Actual video from this morning. Who is it?
On the comments in one of my videos.
Oh,
this
his
person wants to
video.
know, Tony, how come these people are making videos saying there's no shares available to short, and then somehow the short 55 million shares?
No, they don't.
I have a guest on a couple weeks ago, guys. I want you to go watch that if you missed it. It's in my live tab. I'll put a link in the video description where we talked about the myth of daily short
No, Charlotte, I did not, and I never will.
volume. And I want you guys to go watch that.
Guess who talked about the truth about short volume in 2021? Yeah, the guy you're listening to right now.
We're going to talk about this myth of
Me, not him.
shares available. Now, I'm going to be kind for a change and say that all the people on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube that put out this diarrhea of information every day that there are no shares available, maybe they're just misinformed or confused. They don't actually do due diligence. They just see something and repeat it. Or maybe they are misinforming you on purpose with malintent or to drive views back.
Bad back?
Or to
Oh, he definitely did that. He definitely used to do that. Absolutely.
elicit an emotion.
But then he started hating me. So
hate the CEO based on misinformation. I really don't know what their agenda is. I really don't care. But for those of you that
and he's got a soundboard now. Sounds like he's got a soundboard, but I do mine in the live setting. So
true that there are no shares available to lend to shorts. No, it is not true.
No, it is not
You're
true.
being misinformed. Let's go through the details. There are a couple of places that most people get their information about the number of shares available to lend.
Probs,
Right here
Model
on
3
the
dude.
tracker, for example, it's showing 0 available.
Wow.
But what happens if we click on the more info button? If you bother to click on it, which I just can't believe that nobody in 2 years ever clicked on this to check.
He's getting better at acting though. He should re-audition, beef up his demo reel.
Is an amount provided by Interactive Brokers. That's one broker, guys, providing this data feed. It displays only the amount of shares that can be borrowed from them. Not the total amount of available shares.
What the fuck is he doing with all these sound effects?
Of what is happening. That is true, guys. It does give an indication of the number of shares available to borrow on.
Man, I am so happy you made this a segment of your channel. Juicy, you got crazy. You could have just subscribed to me. You would have known this 2 years ago.
broker, and so does high cost to borrow, gives the indication across the broader market. But let's be real, there's always shares available. It's really not that big of a deal. You know, if there is high cost to borrow, that they are under some pressure. We don't need to obsess over the number. If it's 0 or something higher than 0, if the cost to borrow is high, we're in good shape. The other resource that I see people quote often is Fintel. Here's just one example of a tweet. And notice what he added to his clip from Fintel in the red text. That is what he added. And yeah, sure, if we go to Fintel, it does indeed say 0 shares available. It must be true, right, Tony Denaro? Tony,
I know, right?
It's if we just scroll up, Tony. This table shows the number of shares of AMC available to be shorted at a leading prime brokerage.
His wife likes it too.
It's Interactive Brokers. It is not the total number of shares
JK.
available to short, nor is it the short interest. Interactive Brokers has a data feed that all of these websites tap into. And yes, there's
Interactive Brokers should shut that fucking feed down. See, this is why I say these brokers, these clowns, they are complicit in this because they know that people are misinterpreting their fucking data. They know that. I mean, why does Stonko Tracker, why do you have to click on something that says more info? You know that nobody's clicking on that. It's one of the first things I did. I want to know where that data comes from. Why not have it right there? Why does it say shares available to short? Why doesn't it say Interactive Brokers shares availability right there on the page? Why do you have to click through to get to it? Well, because they don't want you to know that. Whoever, and in this case, I will defend the use of they, because I don't know who they are. I don't know who created the Stonko Tracker website. I don't know. I have tried for 2 years to figure it out, and I haven't been able to. Every once in a while, I think about it and Google some stuff, but I don't know who runs it.
We have Ortex in the top right-hand corner showing 0 shares of.
To talk about AMC? No. I mean, no. No. But I mean, I don't really like AMC, so I'm not watching AMC content for fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm subscribed to 245 channels on this account. I've got a lot of stuff here.
Available for AMC.
Yeah, we love Trey. That's true.
Right up here at the top, guys. Interactive Brokers short available. Anybody?
I mean, isn't that some bullshit too? Let's pay for Ortex data so we can get the same goddamn bullshit as Stonko Tracker. That's fantastic, fabulous, and Fintel
showing shares available. I do like Ortex though, because the percentage of short interest of free float and the cost to borrow, all of those are sourced from multiple lenders. You could even, if you wanted, click on this little question mark and get that information.
Sourced from lenders as in people lending the shares, right? Yeah. So come on, Tony, complete the square here and say that it's not self-reported from hedge funds. Come on, you're so close.
That they source that from the lenders, not from the shorts.
Oh!
From the lenders. Is Ortex perfect?
Boom.
No, it's not perfect, but it is the best tool. And God damn it, if it was good enough for Roaring Kitty, deep fucking value, it's good enough for me. So take it and go back to the clickbait channels. I don't want to hear that Tony Denaro likes Ortex bullshit. Guys, you got to...
Now, why does he have so much pep in his step today? It's weird. But did Keith Gill actually use Ortex? I don't know. Is that where all this nonsense started? Really? Keith Gill used Ortex?
Work with the tools you got, or you can just believe in fairy tales. But there's clickbait channels for that. Go have fun. Guys, I am Tony Denaro. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so he didn't... Well, I guess he did talk about short volume previously. He says, and He talked about interactive brokers, which we've been talking about literally, so yeah. Okay, one more video and then we'll get into the main topic here. Let's see. Institutions want your shares. AMC stock is running. AMC collateral being squeezed hard today. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ape stock inverse MOAS imminent from Chris Belly. It's like these a lot of these guys. Okay, you know what? Daily tech tips. I like Christopher Allen Bell, also known as Strongman Personal Finance. I like him. He talks about AMC. I like him. AMC is making a major acquisition 9 hours ago. Make a major acquisition. Oh, uh, today I want to talk about how AMC may be about to make a major acquisition. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. This is Mike the Marine's official letter to Judge Zern. What do they call him? Chancellor. Chancellor, have you sent yours? No. This guy's taking a dive off the deep end. Fartaculasticus. He's gone full retard ape. Let's see. Adam Aron, Boston Common. How about this? Look, here's Donahue George. I can't get enough of this clown. I can't not get enough of this clown.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment and educational purposes only.
It's just so fucking ridiculous.
You don't make any financial decision based on anything I say on these videos.
You tired, bro?
Like button, subscribe button, all the YouTube algorithm stuff. So you get the videos, I put them out, see what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that. Like I tell every day, the data is false. Somebody gives a false narrative of the market so we can make
bad trading decisions.
Listen, the fraud and corruption in AMC is just next level. I mean, there's no
next level.
The evidence is
leveled up. The fraud leveled up.
That is overwhelming.
They leveled up their fraud. About that.
Regulatory agencies sit on the sideline while this goes down. It's appalling. It really is appalling. It really is appalling. I mean, Friday, there were no shares available to short all day. None. Zero.
Uh-huh. Right. Well, Tony F says you're wrong. And I said you're wrong 2 years ago.
200,000 shares at like almost 800% cost to borrow. But here's the thing. All day Friday, April 6th, there are no shares available to short. There are none. Right? There are no shares available to short on Thursday, rather. Excuse me, Thursday. Thursday, not Friday. Thursday. Because Friday was
Yes, it was.
Trading on Friday. On Thursday, on the 6th, there was no shares available to short.
According to whom?
The volume was over 100 million.
Data from interactive brokers.
100 million volume. 55 million shares were shorted shares.
Well, guess what? You don't understand fucking short volume either. You're an idiot. Okay? You hear the word short and you think you know what it means, but 100% guaranteed you don't. You don't. And it is retarded. It is stupid. It is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But that's how they do it. Then when a market maker internalizes an order or basically sells retail investors shares, so you submitted an order to buy shares on Robinhood. And instantly, your order is filled. How do you think they fill that order instantly? Do they have millions of shares that they've already purchased of all these stocks, of 7,000 national market system stocks? No. They sell it to you and then they buy it. They sell it to you and then they buy it. This is the market maker exception. This is how it works. This is how the market works, you know. So this is just how it is. These guys want to debate this. They want to claim it's crime and all this other nonsense. But the reality is this is how it works. This is how it works. So guess what? Guess what your order where you were trying to buy a share or you're trying to buy 100 shares. The market sees that. The market sees that as a short order. So that's short volume. That's short volume. And technically, it is Citadel selling 100 shares to you that they haven't bought yet. But there is a time limitation. Is it 1 minute? Is it an hour, 2 hours? I don't know. I know I've found it in the FINRA rules before. I can't remember. That shit gets very complicated very quickly. But you know, it's win-win for everybody, as far as I can tell. You get the shares that you wanted, and if you had a limit order at a certain price, then you're going to get the shares at the price that assuming the price touches that limit, you are going to get the shares at the order execution price that you wanted. Citadel's going to make very small amount on it, but they're doing it so much that they make money, and the market has liquidity. So, and the spread is thereby tightened quite a bit. So, but the reality is, yeah, if, okay, AMC had 50 million of volume. Wait a minute. He was talking about Thursday, I think. 101 million on volume. And he's saying that 55 million or 55%, which I guess is about the same as 55 million in this case, of that volume was short volume. And you see what the price did on Thursday. Does that look like does that really look like it was more than half short selling or selling in general? No, of course not. So I don't know what the fuck. I mean,
because Friday was
this is a learning disability here.
Shares available to short, but somehow 55 million shares were shorted on Thursday. Explain that to me.
I just did, but you these people don't want to hear it. Well, there's also the problem that nobody's talking about this. I guess Tony DeNaro had some expert on, and they talked about it. I can't remember if we reviewed that video or not. But there's no fucking way this guy was a lawyer. No fucking way in goddamn hell. So that was a scam or something. I don't know. Or another guy, maybe it was his father. Same name as him. I don't know. But boy, that just blows my mind. We should all become lawyers then. That's what that's telling me. Bad back, Manny, Model 3 dude. Hey, new lease on life, new career. I'm going to law school. Fuck it. I mean, if this guy.
In a fair and transparent market, how does that happen? Only criminality
here is your lack of any effort in trying to understand this shit. Any effort.
Explains that. Only criminality explains that. And then they were able to push the price down when they were like 4 times the buys to the sells.
Wrong. Right? Wrong. 4 times the buys to the sells. Okay. How'd that work?
So you got 4 times the buys to the sells, You
I
have
don't even know where he's getting that.
to short, but somehow they found 55 million shares to short. I got a thin air, like a magic trick.
Like a magic trick. Yeah. Look, the disappearing fucking brain. Okay. The total short interest is 129 million shares. Okay. Let's just put this in perspective here. The live short interest from today at closing bell was 129 million shares. 55 million. 55 million. That's 42% of the total short interest. There's a reason why every resource that talks about short volume makes it very clear that it is not the same thing as short interest. Not short interest. Now, this site also does not do a good job of explaining why there's so much short volume, and in particular, why there is such a high percentage of off exchange short volume. I mean, we can think about this based on what we've just talked about. Short volume is mostly retail buying, because what gets recorded is the market maker selling you shares that they are about to purchase. So if you are in that situation where you are buying shares that the market maker is selling you, and you don't know this, by the way, there's no way to know this. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. If it says that you have 10 shares in your account, then you can sell them tomorrow if the price goes up and make money. That's all that matters. They seem to have forgotten that. But if you're using payment for order flow brokerage, which there's nothing wrong with using that, then guess what? You're off exchange. So that's why you see, basically around 50% or higher percentage of off exchange volume as short volume, because most of that is retail buying the stock. Most of it's retail buying the stock. So you just accounted for 13 million out of the 19 million. Some of that is short selling, like legitimate positional short selling. But I mean, how can you believe that 42% of the total shares sold short, like up until now, how can you believe that 42% of those were sold short on Thursday? That makes no sense. Oh, yeah, Scott, prime, naked shorts. But we're looking at data. There's no data for that. There's no data for naked shorts. Failure to deliver is not the same thing. And by the way, it's minuscule anyway. Anyway, all right.
When the SEC says they don't have resources to protect retail investors, it's nonsense. They just...
No.
I'm not going to say...
They don't have the resources to make enough videos to educate your ass, because every time they try to, you take it as a goddamn insult. I mean, imagine that. Imagine being that fucking dumb, sitting there saying, "Oh, the SEC, they're supposed to protect retail investors. They don't have the funds. They don't have the funds to do it. It's outrageous. It's absolutely ridiculous." Yeah, it's ridiculous. You can't pick up a fucking book and read it. Do a Google search, watch a video, anything, except come on here and bitch every fucking day about shit that you have no fucking clue about. None. There's no goddamn way this guy was a fucking lawyer. None. Zero. I will resist that until somebody shows me his fucking diploma from law school. That's the only way I will believe that shit. I don't care about a disbarment. There are situations where if you're representing yourself, that can happen. We don't know the whole story. There's no way he's a lawyer. None. Zero. Zip. Nada. No way in fucking hell. Or if he was, then we have to give the system some credit for taking out the fucking trash. All right.
They don't care, because that's not the right word. They just benefit from the corruption.
They,
DTCC, CFTC, and FINRA.
What does the fucking Futures Regulatory Agency have to do with this? I want to know why he mentions a CFTC. We're not trading barrels of fucking oil. We're not trading futures contracts. God help us if there are ever futures contracts for individual stocks.
These four agencies benefit from the corruption, and they don't.
Fuck me.
Because it's only retail investors and pension funds that's losing money. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me how there's 0 shares available to short.
I don't have the patience.
But somehow they shorted 55 million shares on Thursday. Anyway,
God, his stupid fucking laugh too. He thinks he's so coy or something. What an idiot. I mean, that guy is just a fucking garbage. How do regulatory agencies benefit from corruption anyway? That's what I want to know. Because because they're being paid off by the hedge funds. Citadel, Ken Griffin breaks out his checkbook and says, "Hey, Gary, hey, Gare." I have no idea what these people think, but it's ridiculous. They are right about that. Okay. We'll come back to the videos in a minute, but I do want to address something else that's pretty stupid. So here we go. Wallstreetapes on Twitter. Thanks to Ron for this one. Thanks, Ron. You ruined my night. Just kidding. Wallstreetapes, by the way, main account banned. World Economic Forum conspiracy theorist fighting financial fraud. Dumb money, followed by Donald J. Trump Jr. Imagine being proud of that. Unusual whales. Imagine being proud of that. And Ape AMC CEO Adam. Imagine being proud of that. Interesting. Okay. Let me tell you what this AMC Ape 10-to-1 reverse split really is. AMC reached an all-time high of 72 off buying pressure alone, confirmed by the GameStop GME report released by the SEC. There was no covering. All those shorts never got closed. Let's stop right there. Because most of this is wrong. AMC reached an all-time high of $72 in June of 2021. The GameStop report was released in, I believe, October 2021, but crucially, it was concerned with January 2021, which was when the GameStop event happened. So we're conflating dates here already. And here's the report itself. October 14th, 2021. Okay. This is the report. And they talk about a lot of other crap, but eventually you get down here to short selling and covering short positions on page 24. So let's scroll down to that, and I've highlighted some things. So they talk about GameStop being notable for its significant short interest, that it had high short interest. Okay. It hovered around 100%, hit its high of 109 on December 31st, 2020. Then they go into how short interest can be higher than 100%. It's not, it's not crime. And yada, yada, yada. Okay. So they say, given the high levels of short interest, together with the price movements in GameStop, a natural question is the degree to which these price movements arose from a, quote, short squeeze. Indeed, some of the meme stock trading was described in news coverage as an act of rebellion against short-selling professional investors who had targeted GameStop and other stocks. Some. Okay. And then they just go into what a short squeeze is. Let's see. In seeking to answer this question, staff observed that during some discrete periods, GameStop had sharp price increases concurrently with known major short sellers covering their short positions after incurring significant losses. During these times, short sellers covering their positions likely contributed to increases in GameStop's price. For example, staff observed that particularly during the earlier rise from January 22 to 27, the price of GameStop rose as the short interest decreased. The price of GameStop rose as the short interest decreased. Staff also observed discrete periods of sharp price increases during which accounts held by firms known to the staff to be covering short interest in GameStop were actively buying large volumes of GameStop shares, in some cases accounting for the very significant portions of the net buying pressure during a period. Figure 6 shows that buy volume in GameStop, including buy volume from participants identified as having large short positions, increased significantly beginning around January 22nd and remained high for several days, corresponding to the beginning of the most dramatic phase of the run-up in GameStop's price. Let's look at figure 6. Figure 6, that's figure 5. This is short interest, okay? This is going back to 2007, okay? 2007, 2015, 2019, and then it shoots up in 2019. Here, it hits its peak of over 100% in early 2021 or at the end of 2020. And then look, so this is 100 right here. Can't highlight that line, but this is 100. That's the 100 line. Look at how far it comes down. That's 23. Let's call it 23. It goes from 104 to 23. 23%. Yeah, that's right at the period where the price shot up. So that's, what they said in that tweet regarding that is 100% wrong. Now, what they do say is that, okay, figure 6. Let's look at figure 6. Figure 6 here. So they're showing the short seller buy volume supposedly is in pink, and the total buy volume is in this teal color. So what they're saying here is up here, they say that figure 6 shows that buy volume in GameStop, including from participants identified as having large short positions, increased significantly around January 22nd and remained high for several days. Figure 6 shows that the run-up in GameStop price coincided with buying by those with short positions. However, it also shows that such buying was a small fraction of overall buy volume, and that GameStop share prices continue to be high after the direct effects of covering short positions would have waned. Well, we know why that is. I think we can reason because these retards didn't sell. A lot of these people held on to their shares. The underlying motivation of such buy volume cannot be determined. Perhaps it was motivated by the desire to maintain a short squeeze. We know that they thought they could keep the squeeze going forever. Whether driven by a desire to squeeze short sellers and thus to profit from the resultant rise in price, or by belief in the fundamentals of GameStop, it was the positive sentiment, not the buying to cover, that sustained the weeks-long price appreciation of GameStop stock. So they're saying it was the positive sentiment, not the buying to cover, that sustained the weeks-long price appreciation of GameStop stock, which, by the way, what are they talking about in terms of weeks long? I'm not sure what they mean by weeks long, because if you go to the chart, and they're also talking in generalities, right? So appreciation in price, okay. This is not weeks long. The price goes up and, into this period. This is the AMC squeeze here, this period. So, I mean, are they considering, I don't know exactly, are they considering this to be the elevated? I'm not sure. And they're mainly focused on this period here, which is very much looks like a short squeeze in terms of the candles and all that, and just the character of it. It pops up, it pops down. They're quick. You miss it, you miss it. And guess what? Price never went as high. That's what we've been saying with these short squeezes. The first move, the first big pop is the move. And every subsequent one after that will be lower. It will be lower. None of them, except, okay, you could make the case that right here, this little peak went to 24 and this one went to 26. Big fucking whoop. Don't care about that. This is the trend. That's the trend. Every pop, every major short covering event, that's what these are, is lower. It's lower. Okay. So let me just go back to this part right here. GameStop had sharp price increases concurrently with known major short sellers covering their short positions. During these times, short sellers covering their positions likely contributed to increases in GameStop's price. For example, staff observed, particularly during the earlier rise from 22 of January to 27th, price of GameStop rose as the short interest decreased. Table 5, figure 5, is the best illustration of that. So please stop saying that there was no short covering in January of 2021. That's not what the report said at all. Although the apes have been mischaracterizing it since it came out in October of 2021. How do I know? I covered it. I went over this at that time. And they were already gaslighting and mischaracterizing the goddamn report. So you can only imagine what they're doing now, so many months removed from it. They have no clue what's in this report. None. All right, back to the tweet. There was no covering. That's what they say. There was no covering. All those shorts never got closed. I'm sorry, kid. I'm sorry, but you're fucking wrong. You are 100% wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I'll use a Aron triple play. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Plain and simple. The buy button was taken away to stop buying pressure, making sure the stock couldn't keep increased in price. Without buying pressure, the only price movement would be from shorting, driving the price down. No. I mean, in what world are there two functions in the market? Squeezing and shorting. That's the only thing that makes prices go up and down for these clowns. The only reason a price goes up is because of a squeeze. The only reason a price goes down is because of shorting, particularly naked shorting. I mean, it's just ignorant. The buy button is still removed thanks to payment for order flow because this allows Wall Street to purchase all our orders and send them off exchange / through dark pools to be processed. So nothing's changed. We still get no buying pressure, and shorts can algorithmically control the price down to the penny. We have tested this theory in the past where we all saved up and bought on the same day, sometimes as much as 200 million in volume, and the price finished the same price as when we started the day. Well, what do you know? What they can't feed into their algorithms to keep the price within range, they simply park the order for another day. They also mark large buy orders as neutral, so we get no buying pressure. They mark them as neutral. Okay. I don't even know what that means. They mark them as neutral. So we've tested this theory. We've all saved up and bought on the same day. Sometimes as much as 200 million in volume. And the price finished the same. The price finished the same price as when we started the day. I'd like to know what days those are. Personally, what days are they talking about? 200 million shares. Okay. There aren't a ton of I mean, there's kind of, I mean, well, okay. This probably would have been after the run up in June. I'm guessing. I mean, maybe not, but so for example, here's that's 350 million. That's 218. Let's find a good 200 million day. Oh, perfect. Right here. So it's gonna, of course, it's gonna change it, it's gonna move it. Can I make this absolute? I don't think so. No, dang it. Well, I guess I could do this. All right, I'll do this. No, it's still not gonna work. Still not gonna work. Well, I don't know if it'll work or not. Here's our nice 200 million day. Oh, good, it worked. So the yellow line here is 200 million shares of volume. Yep. So 144. Yep, good. Okay. So we're looking for like a doji candle or something that's on one of these days that touches the, I mean, that one certainly didn't. Here, that certainly didn't. No, of course not. Um, I'm seeing a lot of big move. Okay, this day here, but the range. I mean, you're talking about the price ending the day there. I mean, but look at the range. The range was, you know, higher than that. It's so hard to talk about this because the price is all messed up because of ape dividends. Um, so that would have been, this would have been 72 here. That's the 72 pop. So anyway, um, right. I'm not sure what they're talking about because we've talked about this before too. The correlation between volume and price, or uh, volatility in price, and volume, volatility in the price and volume, or the range of price. So the range of the candles from high to low, relative to volume. When you have more volume, generally you have a bigger price candle, for lack of a better way of putting it. Look at this huge candle here, it's daily candles, and you have a candle, a volume candle over 200 million. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I mean, and of course, now you don't have 200 million. You haven't had 200 million since March of 22 when the ape dividend was announced, I guess. Anyway, that's ridiculous. There's no substantiating that. Sorry, I'm falling behind on the thing here. The thing. Let's see. How can shorts lose when they can buy insurance for that? I don't get it. Um, they can buy insurance for that. I mean, anybody can, if you're talking about options. Um, Shorting is the most risky of all. There's no limit to loss, whereas longs can only lose what they initially invest. Right. And the other half of that is that there is a limit to the profit. So the profit is limited to, whatever the price is now minus whatever the price will be in the future. It can only go down to zero. So that caps the potential profit, but the price can go up to infinity theoretically. So those would be losses for the short seller. Market makers. Everyone short and long can hedge their exposure through options or derivatives, correct? Market makers don't take positions. That's also correct. Charlotte's lost. Lynn's here. Good evening. Is it evening for you yet already? Market makers make their profits from the bid and ask spread. Right. So, and everybody's familiar with bid and ask spread, even if they haven't thought about it in the stock market, I think. So, like, um, you could think of it as like if you work at a retail, if you ever worked at a retail store or been in business of any kind, selling things, you're going to buy the thing that you're going to sell for a certain price, and then you're going to turn around and sell it for another price. You're not going to sell it for the same thing that you bought it for. So that's so like a car dealer. So they get the cars for a certain amount. I'm just, generalizing here. Or an electronics dealer or a jewelry store. They're going to get the product at a certain price. They're going to sell the product at a different price. The difference between those two that's their profit. That's what they keep. That's all this is. That's all it is. We just call it bid and ask. So they're going to buy it. They're going to buy it in this context at the bid price. That's the lower of the prices. They're going to sell it at the ask price. That's the higher of the prices. That allows them to make money by buying lower and selling higher. That's all it is. Market makers want to net neutral in a perfect world because they don't want a particular side. So that's right. Again, so if you're, Bad could come on here and talk about sports betting and make it probably make sense to everybody. I'm not that familiar with that side of things, but it seems like it would be the same thing there. I don't know if the sports book operator would remain neutral or not. But I would think that they probably would be want to be. Because just think about it. If you're a market maker and you're responsible for selling and buying all these stocks, how can you possibly have a position in all of them? I mean, like that's crazy. And so it used to be that you'd have multiple market makers. You'd have this market maker took care of these stocks, a certain segment of the market, and then this other market maker, they were designated for these stocks. And you'd have many market makers at different posts around the exchange floor where if you wanted to trade 3M, you'd go over to that guy. If you wanted to trade, United Airlines, you'd go to this guy. But now, for retail investors, for online trading in this model, you can go to, the broker, they can send it to whoever's going to pay them the most for it. But Virtu can do all the stocks. Citadel can do all the stocks. Two Sigma can do all the stocks. It's not like it was because they don't have to have them. And that's the whole point of this market maker exception. The whole point of, naked shorting in the market maker context, because in order for the markets to be tight, they have to sell it to you technically before they buy it. So they sell it to you and then they buy it. Anyway, they don't want to have positions in AMC because they're not in the business of trading, proprietary trading. That's not what they do. That's not what a market maker really does. They don't trade for profit. They buy and sell stocks to retail investors making money off of the spread. So they don't take positions. So if they sell you 1,000 shares of AMC, let's say, or if they sell you a call option on AMC, so you have a long position, they sold you a long position. Well, the seller of a long position, by definition, is short. So how would you hedge that? How would you offset that? So if the price of AMC goes up, they sold it to you at this price, so they're losing money. So how would you hedge that? You hedge it by buying the stock because they're already short the stock. It's complicated. I don't want to get too deep into this now, but just remember, it's the same thing as, any retail store that buys products at one price, they mark it up and then they sell it at another price. In this case, the markup is like 1 penny. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Anyway, they're like Vegas, the house doesn't care what team you bet for because they make money on the juice, the interest charged for placing the bet. Don't like dark pools and quit using Webull. These people don't understand the market mechanics and how they work, so they make up conspiracies. Dark pools do not prohibit price discovery. That's also correct. If apes say dark pools hurt their buying pressure, then it also helps hide selling pressure. It all gets reported to the lit exchanges as soon as orders are filled. Correct. And it doesn't even really get reported to the lit exchange. It gets reported to the SIP, the securities information processor. It gets reported to the tape. And we can see the tape through our real brokers, like Fidelity, for example. You can see the time and sales. It's going to show you all of the transactions on exchange, off exchange, all of them. And you can identify the ones that are off exchange. They're coded that way. So anyway, but yeah, they're reported to the tape. You could see them. Can you check out that same scenario in Amazon for interest? What scenario? Oh, we have 1900. Oh, great. Awesome. Thanks, Lynn. Okay, continuing with this. APE was supposed to accomplish the same goal as a dividend. It would give us a share count. Oh, so this is what dividends are for now, apparently, for these clowns. This is why you buy dividend stocks, guys. Don't forget. It's so you can get a share count. I mean, what the fuck? When Germany stopped trading APE due to not being able to locate, proving counterfeits, the SEC, FINRA, the DTCC, and CEO Adam did not do anything about it. Well, guess what? When you're trading shares in Germany, you're trading depository receipts. Now, this shit gets complicated, okay? There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of exceptions. There's all kinds of, it sounds like you're just making it up. It does. It sounds like I'm making it up. But I'm not. So, like when we trade Alibaba shares of Alibaba for a Chinese company, we're not directly trading shares. We're trading something that's sort of a placeholder for shares, not synthetics. Don't even think that. Somebody's got shares on deposit somewhere. Somebody's got the foreign shares and they have an agreement, or maybe it's a swap. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because you get exposure to the equity. As I've been saying for months, that's what matters, your equity exposure. So are you trading a share? Are multiple people trading on the same share? Who cares? You have equity exposure. So those shares are not going to get these types of dividends. We went over that when this thing came out. We said, guess what? All the people trading American depository receipts in all these countries are going to be disappointed when they realize they're probably not going to get it. And that's what happened. But no, they're not surprised. And no, I guess they're not happy. Or maybe they are happy because it proves manipulation and crime. Like the nonsense in the stock market where bad news is good news and good news is bad news and you can't keep it straight. And is it still the same? And did they flip? I don't know. But yeah, the goal of a dividend, the goal of this dividend was never to give you a share count. Adam Aron said the share count. He said they did 6 of them. But your hard-headed asses couldn't hear that. So you interpreted the Say Technologies vote in 2021 as a share count by proxy. Guess what? It gave you nothing. There have been various other schemes that they've tried to use to get a share count. And every time Adam Aron says, hey, we know the share count. What are you talking about? So no, it was not supposed to accomplish that. It was not supposed to accomplish the same goal as a dividend, and that goal was not to give you a fucking share count. And Germany stopped trading APE, proving counterfeits. By the way, also, it's even unclear whether they were supposed to be issued that dividend in the first place in other countries. And it was up to the individual countries whether they would allow it to trade or not. So don't get mad at us. Get mad at Germany. So there's no point in pretending a dividend is the end game. It's not. Well, the APE wasn't really a dividend. I mean, sort of, but not really. But whatever. It's very uncommon type of thing. Hang on a second here. Goodbye. So there's no point in pretending a dividend is the end game. It's not. Some shareholders never even received their shares. Oh my God. And Fidelity even said they weren't locating when issuing shares. This means there could have been infinite counterfeits. No, it doesn't. And guess what? If your shares were loaned out, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Whoever bought your share as sold by a short seller, they got the dividend. And you were owed the dividend by the short. So learn how it works. Learn how dividends and shorts work. APE and AMC stock was driven down thanks to off exchange / dark pools and naked / predatory shorting. Oh, okay. How do you know that? The price of a stock goes down when there are aggressive sellers, not because of off exchange, dark pools, not because of naked or predatory shorting. And by the way, very fascinating academic papers out there that basically say naked shorting, it's actually good for the market. It's actually good for the market. And it's not abused the way that these clowns think that it is when it was legal. But that's a whole other discussion. Ape FTDs kept piling up into tens of millions, then they would magically disappear. The same happens to AMC. Magically disappear. Like the shares available to borrow, they magically appear, meaning shares get returned. I mean, it's just, you can't, what can you even say to this? Somehow the stocks show up on the threshold securities list and then poof, they're just removed without any covering that would have allowed them to be removed. We never see it in the volume and we never get buying pressure. Well, guess what? You don't understand FTDs. You don't understand. FTDs don't have to, they don't have to be covered. FTDs are not guaranteed buying. That's not what it is at all. That is not what it is. So, no, they're just removed without any covering. Okay. Yeah, the shares became available. They settled and then they could be delivered. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. So if you didn't see any buying from it, and by the way, you probably did, you just were looking in the total wrong place. You're probably looking on the wrong fucking day. You can't just go to the FTD chart and like look at it in real time. We never see it in the volume. Well, you can't parse the volume. I can't say this bit of the volume is FTD covering. This bit of the volume is short selling. This bit of the volume is short covering. It doesn't work that way. You don't know what anything is. You have two things that people are doing in the market: buying and selling. That's it. Buying and selling. That's it. And we never get buying pressure. You never get buying pressure. Okay. Maybe because there's nobody buying the stock. Maybe because nobody's aggressively buying. Maybe because you all use fucking limit orders and your shares get passively executed without contributing to buying pressure. Yeah, it's possible if you don't know what causes prices to go up and down. Why would Adam wait to sell Ape to Antara at the all-time low of 66 cents instead of right away if the goal if the goal that's why I got confused, was to eliminate debt. He could have made way more money if he had sold right away at the higher price. Well, that's assuming that somebody would have fucking bought them. Okay. Now you're talking about a spread between like $10 and 66 cents. Why do you think he didn't sell them at 10 fucking dollars? I mean, seriously, why the fuck did you buy it at $10? Did this clown buy it at $10? Oh, no, but somebody else has to do the buying. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's always been the way it has been with this thing. They want people to pay $100,000 per share, not them. They won't do it. They want somebody else to do it. Okay, sure. He needs the yes vote. He sold Ape yes votes at an all-time low of 66 cents right after the vote took place and Tara dumped their Ape shares. This is confirmation. There's no other reason they do that. Yeah, straw man argument. You see, the stock has been driven down so much by fraud. So much by fraud. Again, how do you know that? You don't know that. He needs to attract new investors to buy at a higher price, thus paying off debt. Dude, You need new investors to buy at a higher price. How do you expect to get $100,000 per fucking share, or what is it, 100 million per share now? How do you expect to get it? Because you guys aren't buying it at higher and higher prices. In fact, all you say is wait till they drop it below $5. I'm loading up. You haven't done that. Or if you did, you did it in a fucking retarded way that did nothing to help. To do that, he wants to do a reverse split. Well, it's my contention that the reverse split mainly is to avoid being delisted, because this stock is in danger. It's getting into the danger zone of potentially being delisted. Yeah, it is. AMC share price will increase 10x. You will lose 90% of your shares, and then he will dilute to sell shares at the higher price to pay off debt. What happens next? The same fraud that drove AMC down from $72 to $4. Well, guess what? A stock price going down, especially because a company is issuing shares to raise money for the company because it needs the money to operate, that's not fucking fraud. Okay? What is fraud is misrepresenting all this shit every day on social media and saying that it means something else. That's fraud. You are fraud. It's, let's see, this reverse is asking shareholders to open themselves up to another 90% loss so that Adam can temporarily sell shares to pay off debt at higher prices. A 90% loss? No, nobody's asking anybody to do anything. You are willfully staying in this play. You could have left at any time. You could have been more judicious with your money. You could have done more research. You could have listened to somebody else besides Trey and all the fucking retards on Reddit and Twitter. You could have not called people like me who were bringing up these points 2 years ago, shills and hedgies and sad, pathetic men. Okay, so like you know, they deserve another 90% loss as far as I'm concerned. Okay. It's temporary because nothing has changed in market fairness, so we know the same fraud will drive the price back down. Imagine actually believing that, writing that, putting that out there. I mean, he doesn't have his name, so whatever. Clowns. We also know that like new CUSIP number will with a new CUSIP number, all the fraud dies with the old CUSIP number. So now all their fraud will be wiped clean. Well, that's not true. What the fuck? What the fuck do these people think? All you have to do is change the number and all the fraud gets wiped clean. Look at that. That is just garbage. Retail holders will have their holdings decreased by 90%, making us not the majority holders anymore, giving the stock back to Wall Street. Well, you know what? That's probably better, honestly, because you all fucked it up. You all fucked it up. Quite frankly, you fucked up your accounts. You fucked up the company. Why do you think they had to do the ape? Because retail investors said, no more shares until we get our squeeze. Guess what? You got squoze. This reverse split is Armageddon and must not be allowed to go through. Well, sadly, it looks like it is probably going to go through. So too bad. So sad. Not much else to say there. But that we get these posts from time to time. It's like the whole narrative, like summarized, you know, off of the best that they can remember, like the stuff like there was no covering, all those shorts never got closed. I mean, that's just obviously, 100% incorrect. We saw that. They try to remember all this stuff, and it's like a passive aggressive. You can tell how mad they were when they wrote this because they, made stupid spelling mistakes, like whatever. They, will instead of want and stuff like that people do when they're flustered. It's clownish. It is so clownish. Okay. I want to know who coordinated the 2 billion buying pressure day and who the 2 billion apes are. I think they said 200 million, actually. Denaro says Amazon has been one of the largest shorts on AMC. Amazon Yeah, Amazon doesn't short companies. First of all, that's BS because short positions are not reported. Correct. Then Denaro should not say that. Agree. If Tony D said that, then he is a bigger moron than Badback thought. The conspiracies that are made up by these grifters in order to get views because they are intelligent enough to create content. But they aren't intelligent enough to create intelligent content. Correct. So what's going to happen next? More of the same shit. Yeah, death by 1,000 cuts. That's essentially what's been happening. It's probably what's going to continue happening. Nobody knows what's going to happen, of course, but I mean, going off of the, let's look at the chart real quick, and then we'll go back to some videos here, and then we'll probably, I don't know what we'll do then. Um, like even going off of these idiots who talk about a fucking cycle too. I swear to God, there's not much that's more fucking delusional than that. Actually believing that these things repeat cycles that are like discernible, that you can actually see, that some fucking pothead, some fucking some some guy who's like literally high all the time on their stream and stuff, like came up with. Like he saw it. Yeah, yeah, of course. And I'm not even talking about Astro. Who the fuck knows what he was on? Um, you know, they like to talk about these patterns. Okay, I haven't seen there you since June 2021. I don't even care about this. I don't even care about that. This is the GameStop squeeze. When does this ever happen? When does this ever happen? I don't know. Yeah, it pumps, but then it dumps. When does this ever happen? When does this shit ever happen? It never happens anymore. So I guess what I'm saying is, does this ignore what's here? So only look at this section that I'm showing, obviously. What does that look like? That's a downtrend. That is a downtrend. That's not a bullish wedge. It's not a anything else. It's not a triangle. It is a downtrend. This is a downtrend. This is a bearish chart. Okay. I have to say it so many times because Trey, master fucking manipulator, somehow convinced everybody that a downtrend is a bullish thing. Well, yeah, you just have to call it, you don't call it a downtrend. You call it a broadening wedge. Oh, yeah, a broadening fucking wedge or a descending wedge or whatever the fuck. Oh, yeah, it's a wedge. No, it's not. That is not a bullish pattern. So just going off of that, you know, but then going up to this run up here, going up to the run up, like from like, I don't know, the first half of 2021, you don't have a downtrend. You don't have a downtrend. That's not a downtrend. And it's not really the greatest representative, but yeah, there you go. That's not a downtrend. Yeah, it goes down, but ultimately, yeah, it ends up here. Not a downtrend. And then this happened. So this is one way, I think that, a logical way to look at it. And of course, everybody wants to say, oh, but yeah, it's the dip before the rip like this. That probably is. But all these other times that they said that afterwards, it was not. So Manuel says it looks like a huge bull flag. It kind of does. Um, but it's not though. Okay. So what do you have here? You know, you've got you got this is the hmm, look back here at what AMC used to AMC used to trade. This is how it's trading now, basically. Even the pumps are more pathetic. We don't even have any of these pumps up into double digits anymore. In fact, the last one, what, September? September, I guess. Yeah, September. Because this one here in November did not get there. Didn't get there. I mean, the thing that's retarded here. Well, I mean, one of the things that's retarded here is you got all these red earnings markers here, and some of these should be fucking red. In fact, all of these should be red. This right here. Well, okay. Of course, they color it red if they beat the estimate or not if they actually are profitable. So never mind. But if we colored them based on profitability, they'd all be red. All of the last 18 or whatever, they would all be red. And by the way, this negative fucking 14 cents, not the actual earnings, not the earnings. That's an adjusted ass, uh, manipulated ass number. So anyway, um, yeah, I mean, what's next? What happens next? If I had to put my money on it, more of the same. I mean, what could really be different at this point? You're not in a period of time where the monetary system will allow this. This happened because of 2020 and 2021. Plain and simple. That's why this happened. Now it's a new regime. It is a new order. It got to be careful with that one. It is a new day. It is the quantitative tightening. They're not handing out free money anymore. That's why this happened. Okay. Until you get them to hand out free money, you're not going to have this. You're not going to have it. All right. Let's see what we got on YouTube. All right. And I'm going to check the things here. There's nothing AMC offers a company that Amazon would want. AMC doesn't make anything. They offer no technology. They are a theater company that is heavily in debt and unprofitable. Correct. I mean, yeah, they don't have any products. They don't make anything. They are dependent on Hollywood for their product that they quote unquote sell. They're basically, I would say they're a real estate company, except they also don't own the fucking buildings. So what do they really do? What would you say you do here? Not much. Heat some shit up in a microwave or a pretzel warmer, run a cash register, start a movie projector. Probably all automated it now anyway, digital. So they don't even take your tickets anymore. That's automated. Ah, he did it to a lot of people. Yeah, TA is meaningless. The lawsuit and dilution are the only things that matter. I mean, TA is meaningless. I mean it. It's meaningless, a lot of the time. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean that it's, can't be useful. But I think that in the scheme of, and this is my opinion, algorithmic automated trading, it's just too, TA, uh, is traditionally based on TA is psychology. It's behavior. That's what TA is. These levels are important because everybody believes these levels are important. Everybody's looking at the same Fibonacci retracements. So in that sense, but again, I don't think that, yeah, I mean, I'm not really that prices, the price is important. Price levels are important. Um, you know, but the kind of shit that Rico was doing, the kind of stuff that Astro was trying to do, the kind of stuff that zero data does, it's garbage. TA, light TA, it's useless. If you have more than 2 or 3 lines on a chart, I don't care to look at it because it's worthless. It means nothing. Anyway. Um, oh, yeah, here, let me check this out real quick. Um, so we got this.
Okay. I need the price to go up. Like very soon. I can't take this anymore. I'm checking price and it is lower every hour. Check price.
Bad price.
I can't take this anymore. I have
Overinvested by a lot.
I need the price to go up already. Can they?
Oh yeah, Ants trades. Ants trades. Oh God. Where's that clip? I got a clip here. I got a clip. This is embarrassing. Not to me. It kind of is though, actually. I mean, I feel embarrassed for the guy playing this, but it's important that people see it, right?
Believe.
Okay, here you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me make this bigger. It's a little blurry, but you'll get the gist here. Here we go.
Unbelievable, bro. Fuck all of them. Marine, fuck you. Morantz, fuck you. Rico, fuck you. All of you, bro. All of you AMC YouTubers, you're fucking lost, bro. All of you. My TA, bro, I could be twisted. I can't even see straight. My TA is still better than you. My TA is still better than you when I can't even fucking see straight. How do you feel?
Yeah, he could be twisted out of his mind, and his TA still better than Marines. Well, I don't think Marine does TA, but Rico. Yeah, bullish as fuck. That's what we call bullish as fuck right there. Yeah. Okay. I saw this guy's name mentioned. Let's see if he's got a new video out. Fundamental AMC fundamental man. No, dang it. Okay. Yeah, he said it was going to 140. Ugh. What happened? Where is he? Is he okay? I'm kind of worried actually. Like, not I'm worried for his fiance. Truth be told. I've seen, we anyway. I hope they had a good Easter. Something tells me probably not. Right. I can't do it. Can't do this wanker. Oh, AMC stock filed 13G massive investment just happened today in National Cinemedia. Didn't we have a National Cinemedia bag holder here? Or no? Special welcome to the newly minted NCMI bag holders. That's what it is. Highest cost to borrow in the world. Oh my God. Benji. This fucking clown.
For highest cost to borrow in worldwide markets. So this right here is a chart. It says companies with the highest.
Where's it from? Where did this chart come from? What app? Who compiled it? What data are they using? What date were they using? I don't see a date anywhere. What the fuck? Nonsense.
Shares. So this is out of 7,323 companies. And the average cost to borrow is around 7.86%, which seems about right. So number one.
Oh, it seems about right to him. Yeah, it seems about right to me. Yeah. Okay. Squeaky toy.
Alpine Summit Energy Partners. The cost to borrow is 925%.
Well, that's higher than AMC's. Oh, but they did say number 2 up here. He says highest. So,
which is insane, obviously.
We'll do Andrew no money.
778.69%.
God, it's almost 10 already.
Making AMC number 2 as far as cost to borrow worldwide.
Oh God, shut up.
Shocking because no offense to any of these other companies, but none of these other companies have the same nostalgia or the same fundamentals as AMC, if you ask me. And have any of these other companies been around for 100 plus years? In 5 years, you won't.
Would you look them all up? Well, I don't think they were, but what difference does that fucking make? That's a reason AMC should be shorted, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, we need a 100-year-old company around because it's nostalgic. I mean, tell me you have no business sense without telling me you have no business sense. How do you do that? Just talk about AMC.
And have any of these other companies been around for 100 plus years?
Who cares?
You won't care how long it took. You'll be glad you did it.
Oh, God.
As far as long-term investing goes, over the long term, if you buy something that's high quality and it's fundamental.
Oh, great. A fucking tweet from August 17th, 2021. And what are they even talking about here? Don't know. Don't care. You can be sure of that.
Profits quarter over quarter. It should hopefully, like,
I guarantee they weren't talking about buying AMC stock, though, because this clown, this retard, was shilling other shit, cryptos and whatnot.
From Soldier Boy. It says, in 5 years, you won't care how long it took. And April is going to be huge for AMC.
Oh, April is going to be huge.
Man, oh man, April is going to be huge for AMC. Look at this lineup, guys. We have the Mario Bros. Movie coming out, which a lot of
oh God,
going to be the one.
It doesn't. What? How many times? How many years do they have to go through this before they realize? Guess what? Guess what? The fucking movies that are coming out are not going to. It doesn't matter. The movies that come out are going to be the movies that come out. It makes no difference what they are. No difference.
In April and also for the rest of this year. Comment down below what you think the biggest AMC in April 2020 will be for AMC. This ape says, I will buy and hold AMC and ape forever. I have no time limits. I have no dates. I am so addicted to holding and buying more. It would feel wrong to sell, ever. Cannot imagine having these shares. I will be a shareholder in these stocks even after the MOAS. Now this was spoken.
What a fucking retard. This is retarded. This is the dumbest shit ever. I mean, welcome to shill posts here. Like, seriously, people putting out propaganda, putting it out there that people should never sell their fucking shares. What is the point of that? What is the fucking point? No, this is invalid. Does not compute.
Like a true ape, like someone that's been here for a while and someone that's not going to be pushed to sell. Of course, everyone has the right to do what they want to do with their stocks. But for the majority of us that are now very much so long shareholders, I think...
Show us your fucking positions, you fuck. Show them to us. Otherwise, stop making bullshit videos. You asked for it, Model 3 dude. You got it.
Moon Platoon. It's a big week of economic data.
Moon Platoon. Hey, Moon Platoon. Are you guys listening? Can you hear me up there on the moon?
We have to talk about why there was an 800% cost to borrow fee and...
Oh, because this fucking clown... Let me guess. You're gonna be able to tell us. Yeah. Are you going to tell us that this is on one fucking brokerage? Are you going to tell us that this is one slice of time on fucking Friday?
No more shares. Also, more importantly, why exactly is inflation data going to give us a better sense of where those shorts are going to be able to hold out? Because Ortex data is giving us another uptick in FTDs on the far right side, which means we are again back in the same saddle that we were in a long time ago. All this said,
the same saddle. So nothing's changed. In other words, it's still a death by 1,000 cuts. Okay.
Please slap that like button as you guys come in. Comment out which like you guys are on the way up to 800 is what we're going to aim for today. Because investors, you're in for a busy week of economic data, including the latest consumer price. And
oh, shut the fuck. I mean, yes, of course. What does that have to do with AMC? Nothing. Retail has no control. Holding is stupid in the long run unless you have inside information. I'll agree with retail has no control. And that's the way it is. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean you can't make money. That doesn't mean there's no reason, to be in. The problem is these entitled little pricks were told by these other entitled pricks and by entitled pricks on TV, like Charles Payne, scammer, convicted scammer, Charles Payne and others, that they were leading the retail Reddit revolution. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
Producer.
So yeah, retail has no control, and that's fine. Because I don't want retail to have control. This is what fucking happens when retail has control. And this is ridiculous. I mean, this was ridiculous, and this whole fucking thing afterwards, mainly because of all this crap, is ridiculous. So I could do without all this, personally.
Data for March, and it's due Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. It's going to help us determine whether or not the Fed is going to pause or continue its rate hiking.
Yeah, they're going to fucking pause. They're going to cut.
Looking at pretty much with the same long holiday weekend.
I think he's a cut. He's a fan of the cut. I think he thinks they're going to cut.
Where a lot of people went to the movies. If you guys saw a good movie, comment out which you guys saw, because we are looking at some pretty big records being broken. And that is why you guys probably saw AMC shares rise.
You still need to have toilet paper, Lynn. You still got to have toilet paper.
A 6%, roughly almost a 10% double-digit bump today, ending at the 6% to $5.18.
Oh,
Chain Theater has said to have
sweet.
Strong audience turnout over the Easter weekend.
We already looked at all these headlines, and I showed them. He doesn't show them. He just reads them, which is dumb. Oh, here we go. This is what I came for. This is what I paid my admission for.
We saw that AMC had 778.7% borrowed a fee, and which is where we had 200,000 shares available. This quickly dwindled down to zero, as we saw earlier today. 400% borrow fee still on the chopping block as early as this morning. Now, that said, all of this is still going to pile on FTDs, which is why we saw another uptick.
No, it's not.
Delivers on the far right side. Every time we see an uptick in this is where the price action goes accordingly up.
Why does he have it cut off? Where does this chart end? He's not showing the whole chart. How do I know? There's no axis there. There's no scale. He's intentionally cutting the fucking screen off. That's disingenuous, bro. Come on now.
You probably
come on.
That shorts are already breaking the sound barrier in terms of estimated short interest on.
No, they're not.
Ortex, we see 25.12%, which is up 16% from 3 months ago, and a short interest value of 635 million.
Oh wow.
Which is
so much
from 3 months ago. So they keep shorting, and retailers just keep reacting the way that every retailer would react accordingly.
You're not a retailer, okay? I hate when they say retailer. What are you selling? You're a retailer? Like a retailer of fine watches? No, you are a retail investor if you want to say it that way. You could say you're an individual investor. You're not a fucking retailer, okay? God damn. Everything these fucking clowns say is retarded.
Most importantly, why is there going to be just a lot of economic data coming in? because we are seeing what we believe is the same investor narrative, which is uncertainty around the mixed economic data, which is driving uncertainty around Fed policy and a greater concern, particularly with Friday's strong unemployment data. And the Fed may again move forward with another rate hike. AXS Investments, Greg.
Whose thoughts are we hearing here? Not his.
Potential U.S. recession.
Oh no, not his fucking thoughts.
Greater pressure as the Fed decision looms. The next Federal Reserve meeting is set for May 2nd.
Yeah, the markets are under greater pressure. That's why the NASDAQ recovered and then some today. Fuck off. I want to know who is talking, whose thoughts we're hearing. I don't like shit red that I can't see.
Take a listen.
Inflation data and an iconic film returns to theaters.
Nor do I really like when you don't know how to route audio through your computer and you're listening to it on your computer speakers through your microphone. Amateur hour.
The week ahead. Another earnings season kicks off. On the calendar, CarMax and Albertsons on Tuesday, Delta Airlines on Thursday, and a big day on Friday, starting with Dow component United Health, and then 4 big bank names, JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, and PNC Financial. A busy week as well on the economic front. The minutes from the last Fed meeting are out on Wednesday. Also, key inflation numbers with the consumer price index on Wednesday and the producer price index on Thursday. And then on Friday, we'll get the latest industrial production report and a good look into the consumer.
That's going to be shit, total shit.
Consumer sentiment data. Also on Wednesday, Warner Brothers Discovery previews its new streaming service that will combine HBO Max and Discovery Plus.
Ooh.
Investors also expect the media giant to announce the service's launch date and pricing as well.
Oh.
The final film of the Lord of the Rings trilogy gets re-released in theaters on Thursday. That is to celebrate the 20th anniversary of that film's debut. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, grossed more than $1.1 billion after its 2003 release. It subsequently won 11 Academy Awards, tying Titanic and Ben-Hur for the most Oscars by a single film. I'm Dominic Chu. Get all your business news on CNBC.
And that's one of the beautiful things about trying to understand the markets. It's because what come out and big economic data comes out, and both are good for the stock. One of the things that you have is, are people bullish right now? Well,
that's a fucking retarded thing to say. That is a dumbass thing to say. Wow, you are an idiot.
Schwab rose 5% on Monday after a commentary note from its founder and CEO said that the company bought $53 billion of core net new client assets in March. The update said that deposit flows have remained fairly consistent during the recent worries about regional banks and other parts of the banking system. Average daily outflows are actually down from February, the note said. While the first quarter was a challenging time for sure.
Yeah, because there is no banking crisis.
Ongoing interest rate hikes and regional banking turmoil, Schwab's client-centric growth model remains firmly intact and is performing fairly well. That's the founder of Charles Schwab and CEO Walt Bettinger. As well as corporate America could see another quarterly earnings miss, and you probably have to pay attention to all of the earnings calls coming out very soon.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to pay attention to you.
In any sense of the word, you probably if
all right.
Economies are slowing down.
Okay, I want to hear his thoughts.
That's -6 points. Provided more cautious forward guidance during the last earnings season, which resulted in an overall meager beat rate in earnings estimates. So the best and worst performing stocks show that economies are slowing down, but more people have more to lose when there is less food on the table. Understand that if there was bountiful, when the markets are having a big rush of money flowing in, money flowing out, everybody has more to be able to shave off the top. But once everybody is onto their bare bones, once everyone is looking at exactly what they have to eat in the next few days, and eat in every sense of the word, you probably have a lot more people behaving erratically.
I have no idea. I have no idea, Model 3 dude.
You guys don't want to be able to be part of that group of people just following the market economics swings back and forth. Then the best way is to be able to fall into the Moon Platoon. Moon Platoon is one of the best places.
Oh, yeah. One of the best places to learn how to trade meme stocks.
Head over to Patreon and support us there.
Yeah, head over to Patreon. Give him money. He deserves it.
For now, but not for
forever. Gotta keep that hair looking like that.
Peace.
Fuck me. No, fuck you. Goddamn clowns. God damn it. A bunch of idiots. All right. I love this guy. This guy's so much fun.
Advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out, see them things, see them analyze that data. Like I tell y'all every day, the data every release us is false.
False. False.
So we can make bad decisions. Listen. These guys get their information from FINRA, and FINRA is saying that
what guys? These guys. Imagine starting a fucking video saying these guys. Yeah, these guys, they get their data from FINRA. The fuck are you talking about?
Short interest is like almost 25%. And
yes.
It's absolutely impossible. They're saying there's 3 days.
It's absolutely impossible. Oh.
To cover. And when it says 3 days to cover, what they're saying is everybody who has shorted shares, if they all decide to buy them back at the same time, it would take 3 days for them to buy back all the shares.
Guess what? They will never do that. Days to cover is a useless metric. It is meaningless. I've been saying that for a long time. Doesn't matter. Means nothing. All it's telling you is relative volume. Doesn't matter at all. Not going to change anything. All right.
Now, how is that mathematically possible when Thursday they had 50 million that I believe, and this is just my opinion, I'm not trying to buy, hold, or sell.
Yeah, that's true. That's because volume is dead on AMC. That's why the days to cover, quote unquote, is so, quote unquote, high. If shorts were to cover, the volume would increase, the days to cover would go down. So that's a great fucking metric that is influenced by itself, basically. So it's there's no point. I don't even know why they talk about it. There's no point. None. You would never see that happen. Never.
50 million counterfeit AMC shares that were shorted into the market.
Oh, he's still talking about this.
The entire volume was probably counterfeit shares. But
oh yeah, probably yeah.
Shares were counterfeit shares, in my opinion. And today we'll probably end up with another 30 or 40 million counterfeit shares. So within 2 or 3 days, we have 100 million counterfeit shares.
Wow, he's starting to sound like he's pissed. People like this should be barred from the market. Or, you know, it could be that he gets to trade in the market, which, whatever. No risk to the market at all. In fact, it's good for the market because it's exit liquidity. But either he gets to trade and he doesn't get to make videos and put out fucking retarded misinformation, or he doesn't trade and he gets to, no. He shouldn't be allowed to put out this misinformation. And I think the best way to prohibit that would just be this guy, he has no business talking about this shit. None. I mean, this is harmful. This is harmful to retail investors. Right here. Filling their fucking heads with all of this garbage about counterfeit fucking stock. It doesn't exist. It's nonsense. And at the end of the day, if you think that there's counterfeit shares trading in the market, you don't understand how the market works, period. You don't understand it. You shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about making a profit because I guarantee you, the people who are making money, whether it's in this channel, in the live chat, the subscribers of this channel, people on Twitter, traders who are profitable, talk about trading. If they're profitable, they do not worry about synthetic fucking shares, counterfeit shares, naked shorts. I guarantee you they don't. 100%, they do not think about these things. They do not talk about them. They do not put the shit out. They don't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going on record to say that the profitable traders out there and the good investors, they don't give a fuck. And that they probably know that this is all bullshit. And they certainly don't go around blaming it for their shitty trades. So fuck you, Donnie. You don't know how to trade. You don't know anything about the market. What are you doing? What are you doing?
That they shorted into the market. And you're going to tell me that it's going to only take 3 days for them to cover all those shares? Mathematically impossible. The data they release such as false, and we know we can't trust FINRA. So any data that FINRA is releasing to Ortex or to any other websites is biased. It's biased. And I believe, well, not I believe, I do not have no confidence in any of the data that FINRA releases, because FINRA works for the hedges, FINRA works for the market makers, FINRA does not work for us. And for them to say that it only
imagine, like, in his world, market makers and hedge funds are like on the same, they're the same thing. They work for the market makers, they work for the hedge funds. But their interests are different. They're not the same type of market participant. They don't have the same interests. They don't have the same regulations. That makes no sense. I hate when they conflate market makers and hedge funds. And oh yeah, you can sit there and say, oh well, but Citadel has both. Yeah, they do. Other companies have different divisions too. What's the difference? What is the difference? At the end of the day, people that are complaining about that don't even understand what those business units do, how they make money. They don't. So I don't care. I don't care. It does not matter at all. This is the market. If you don't like it, leave. Seriously.
That's like saying that there's hardly any shares shorted when we know that it's a lot more than 5%. It's probably 6%.
He should not be allowed to profit off this. It is misinformation. It is harmful. It's just, it's one of the worst. One of the worst. And I'm drawn to it like a moth to a fucking flame.
70% at this point, because as far as I'm concerned,
it's so bad.
The DD that I've done, they ran out of
Oh, you mean the DD that they say you don't do? Oh, I can't believe you didn't say that.
About a year and a half ago. And if you look at the OBV, we've been holding our...
Oh, God.
So the only way these guys are creating all these shorted shares is by fabricating it in a computer and then with their buddies in FINRA outputting information to support the narrative that they want to give us.
No, that's more like what you probably did when you took your client's money that they, from the settlements or whatever, and instead of applying it to their mortgage, you fucking ran off out of the country with it, piece of shit. And you probably gave them a statement, a fraudulent statement that says, yeah, here, this is the settlement. He's probably speaking from experience there, actually. What is this class action lawsuit nonsense here? Let's kick it off.
Boston, let's kick it off. All right, guys. This is a press release that was just dropped a little while ago, 11:36. I want to talk about it. It's regarding Robinhood and the class action that we've all been waiting for. It's finally here. Okay. The press release announces
it's finally here.
Filed.
There have been lawsuits against Robinhood that have been fucking dismissed summarily with prejudice. That means too bad, so sad. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye, bitch. Never forget when Tony said that. Bye, bitch. First time I ever heard him curse.
Lesser LLP in conjunction with the Pesa Law Group and the Chilan Law Group against Robinhood Markets Incorporated and its subsidiaries, of course. Robinhood Financial LLC and Robinhood Securities is also involved in the suit. It's been filed in the District Court of California under the case number 223 CV 02622. That's where you can find it if you have access. The lawsuit alleges that actually let me tell you about who they represent. These are people that held call options for the following stocks through Robinhood's trading platform from January 27th,
Oh, great.
to February 19th.
Fucking degenerate goddamn gamblers that had call options on meme stocks. When?
These are people that held call options for the following stocks through Robinhood's trading platform from January 27th, 2021 to February 19th of 2021. American Airlines, AMC Holdings, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, and Nokia. Now, these options are collectively referred to as affected options. That's what they're saying. So there's a bunch of these stocks. So if you lost money in any of this trading, be sure to get in on this, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
Here in this settlement, this complaint says Robinhood violated Section 9A and 10B of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934, 15 U.S.C. subsection 71I A and 78JB, and Rule 10B5.
Hey, Al learned how to pronounce federal law sections. Wow. Maybe he is a lawyer.
Securities Exchange Commission, 17 CFR 240 10B5. They seek to recover damages for investors who suffered losses due to the alleged market.
Oh my God.
Blah, 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 this, that, and the other.
Oh my God.
This is your opportunity to get your pound of flesh. Okay.
What? This lawsuit is going to go nowhere. Nowhere. Because it's already been established. Robinhood had, it was in their fucking terms of service that they could restrict trading on anything for any reason. That's in their terms of service that you agreed to, that I agreed to, that everybody agreed to. If you didn't read it, that doesn't mean that it doesn't apply. So that's the way it is. There have been already actions, civil actions, that have been dismissed. There was no conspiracy or collusion between Robinhood and Citadel, they said. And what else? Damages? No. Damages? How in the fuck would you even calculate that? It makes no sense. Your options expired worthless. You lost money. Learn from it, deal with it, move on, and do better. No, these people are stuck in the past. They're stuck in January of 2021. How fucking pathetic. How pathetic. And they probably overinvested by a lot. Of course. Yeah, of course they did. Because somebody told them, or they were stupid enough to believe, whatever. Unbelievable.
I think this is huge. I think this is a very
Oh God.
The lead plaintiff in this, right? He uses the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995 that permits investors who held affected options during the class period and suffered losses to seek appointment as lead plaintiff. A lead plaintiff represents the class members in directing the lawsuit that can choose a law firm to litigate the case. The deadline to move for this appointment is June 9th, 2023. So it's coming up. It's worth noting that the case may be transferred and consolidated into a multi-district litigation. In regards to the January 2021 short squeeze litigation trial that happened, that's 121 MD 0298989, pending the Honorable Court Cecilia Altonga, and that's filed out of the District Court of Southern Florida, in case you're interested. Listen, if you lost money, I think you ought to go and do this. You can get some money out of these things. If you held any of these stocks right here, AMC, BBY, American Airlines, there's a lot of them. There's a significant amount. And if you suffered a loss from January 2021 to February 19th, you should absolutely get in on this. I think it's worth it. And if you take money out of Vlad's fucking pockets, I think it's even better.
You think it's even better? You fucking shill. You fucking piece of shit. First of all, yes, that's how class action works. First of all, that's how class action suits work. Secondly, this will go nowhere. This will go absolutely nowhere. It will have one goddamn hearing. Probably, maybe. And that'll be it. I don't even, so they're suing Robinhood. Okay. What? And so it's like, yeah, if a business, if for whatever reason a business, a store, they have to, like a price match or something. So they get into a situation where they sell out of something, and it comes down to whether, okay, we can sell this more expensive thing at the lower price and lose money on every unit we sell, or we can just close the doors, or we can say, we're out of it. What are they going to do? They are not going, most likely, if they want to stay in business, they're not going to sell the more expensive thing at the way lower price and lose money on every unit sold unless they absolutely have to. Why would it be any different for Robinhood? If they can't meet their margin requirements, lateral requirements, because of the frenzy of trading, why would they continue to dig the hole deeper that they're in? These are not public utilities. These are for-profit entities. I think people don't realize that, or they don't care. Don't care. But nobody has to do business. People do business because it's advantageous to them to do it. They make money. If they're not making money, why would they do it? Jesus. All right.
It's huge. This is a big deal, you guys.
Thanks, Model 3 dude.
A lot
Getting there.
lost money. I think you ought to do it. I think it's a smart move. The information is right here. I'll leave a link in the bottom of the description for you.
Boy, he's feeling really Bostonian tonight with that voice.
Right now, off from Boston, signing out. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you at the bell.
See you at the bell. Okay. Oh, Lou.
What's going on, everybody? All right, listen, want to put this out there, like starting out Monday on everything.
It's in the stairwell again.
I got to go take care of something today.
Okay.
AMC is running, it's having its uptick, and obviously that's because the judge stepped in and blocked that reverse.
Well, obviously it's because of that.
Split that was going to come in, temporarily. But I want to tell you something. Between, let's say, the time that the block happened until the judge's decision, this is the one time that the other side is not in control of AMC. Yeah, they can cook things over the weekend. They could drop the cost to borrow. I made a video on that AMC was cooking this weekend. But at the end of the day, that's behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, right now, on market being open, people are not really buying in the capacity. It's just, listen, there's no shares in this thing. Everybody knows that. Even the mainstream outlets are talking about that. But because of the fact they can't merge APE into AMC right now and reduce the size of this, of what your holdings is to cover, they're not in control at this point. Right now, they're not.
Oh.
They wanted to do this so fast. I never seen a company want to settle so fast. And then
you haven't?
Taking care. I mean, not for nothing.
You haven't seen a company want to settle something so fast. Was it really that fast? Okay.
So my thing is this: between now and to the time that the judge has to give the approval for the settlement, because they do have to close this out, this is the only time that they haven't been in control. They've been in control of everything along the way. They've had markers where they knew that this is going to happen at this point. This is what
markers.
This is what we're going to do. This is
signals. Bat signals.
Don't ever be fooled. When I said managed the event going back 2-something years ago, and people laughed and they mocked and everything like that, they didn't understand. The size of this play became too big, and it was too lucrative not to run it in different ways. This is a managed event. There's no way around it. But for the first time, This is no longer a managed event at this moment. Let that sink in.
That's my question. Is it a cleanup operation? Are we seeing the cleanup operation? Does AMC know a massive rip is coming? Does AMC know a massive rip is coming? I don't know. Oh, okay. All right. So here, I guess if anybody's looking for a house in the Florida area, Donahue George is on realtor.com. Well, if anybody in the Royal Oak area is looking for a home, this strapping young man here, Donahue George, he hasn't provided a bio yet, but he's working on it. He had some business outside of the country to take care of, but he's back now. Jesus Christ. No, we don't want that, Lynn. No, we got you. We got you. Now Lou is back on the Moash train. Didn't he disown the apes and AMC? Yeah, but you know how that goes with this community. You know how that goes. I feel like there's somebody I'm missing here, and I'm not sure who it is. It's not her. Institutions want your AMC shares. Oh yeah, that's what they need. That is what they need. All right, here's Adam Aron.
The middle of 2021. And finally, with this shareholder vote that we had just a few weeks ago, it looks like I convinced most of you to take this path.
No.
Thing that we needed to be strong.
No, you didn't.
You hate short sellers. So do I. Because they're betting against me. I don't like that. And I own a lot of...
I mean, that's disingenuous. That is fucking disingenuous. They're not betting against fucking you. They're betting against the market, essentially. It has nothing to do with you. Except your shares that you didn't buy. But, you didn't buy them. You didn't buy a single share. So many empty seats. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of empty seats here. God, he is such a gaslighter.
Like you own stock. And I don't want to...
Listen to that. Listen to this.
Because they're betting against me. I don't like that. And I own a lot of stock. Like you own stock.
I own a lot of stock. But the difference, though, I didn't have to pay for mine. You guys had to pay for yours, and you paid way too much for it, let me tell you. But I also own stock. I own a lot of stock, more than you do. But I didn't pay for it. God.
And I don't want it to go down, I want it to go up. And the short sellers are betting that it's going to continue to go down.
Yeah, but he could sell his shares at any point when he's able to do so for a profit. That's the difference.
But there's only one thing that defeats short selling. And it's not
sounds like it, Lynn.
Begging the SEC to regulate the stock market differently. There's only one thing that beats...
That's the first time I've heard him say that. It's not begging the SEC to regulate the stock market differently. Interesting. So he hates short sellers, but he understands that it's an essential part of the market, that it actually improves market quality, it improves pricing, it improves spreads. I mean, this is not really up for debate. This has been studied. You can read the research on it. Countries whose stock exchanges have ban short selling are worse off in almost every way than stock markets that allow short selling. That's the reality. That's the truth. That is the reality. It is borne out in the data.
Begging the SEC to regulate the stock market differently. There's only one thing that beats short sellers. Remember, short sellers are betting against a company's success. That's what that means. They benefit when a stock price goes down. People who own the stock long.
No. They're not betting against the success of the company. I mean, that's a poor way to look at it. Because a company and a stock are two different things. Company and a stock are two different things. He knows this. And those two things can become wildly disconnected. And when they become disconnected, then that's a red flag. Why are they disconnected? What is going on here? There's some kind of inefficiency. And it is a necessary part of the market. Also, as we've seen lately, it cushions. There's a cushion effect from short selling because of the covering that acts as a bottom cushion or a spring and makes the this bottom lift it up a little bit. So why would anyone go see AA speak unless you're going to call him on his BS? Why would you sit there and drool over him like a celebrity?
The only way to beat the short sellers is to destroy the short thesis. The only way
destroy the short thesis
is to have a successful company. That's when the short sellers have to run away and hide or disappear. That's when they have to cover. And
well, they don't have to, but
they haven't disappeared yet. It's because we're still down from pre-pandemic levels by a lot.
By a lot.
And here's the big end.
Getting there, Model 3. I'm going to finish this here.
A 3-year crisis like this. The answer is you have a ton of cash in the bank. I mean a ton of cash. Because if you don't, at some point you run out of cash. And when you run out of cash, you go bankrupt. And when you go bankrupt, that's the ultimate short seller thesis. But if you have enough cash,
that's also a myth. But
you can outlast the pandemic. And the reason I know this to be true, because in 2021, we raised 2020, we raised almost $2.5 billion of cash by selling stock. And when we did that, we were diluting the stock as we did that, and guess what happened? The stock price went from 2 to 72, 2 to 72, as we were diluting the shares, but we were putting so much cash in the bank.
He's just so disingenuous.
And we were destroying the short thesis.
That's not why. No, you didn't.
2021, I asked the shareholders.
He said they were destroying the short thesis in 2021. Give me a fucking break. No, you fucking weren't. Your shit was fucking horrible in 2021. Absolutely fucking horrible.
More stock. And we could not get a yes vote.
Here you go.
We want to sell more stock. And we could not get a yes vote. So we pulled the ballot initiative, but we couldn't get a yes vote.
The funny thing there, ironic thing there, is he's talking about them. He's talking about a lot of them. That's ridiculous. And I remember we talked about it on this channel. The fact that, what's best for AMC and what the apes think is best for them, is not going to end well, basically.
And when we stopped issuing more shares, the stock...
Well, Bad back. The apes already believe this. They already believe that dilution caused the squeeze. They already believe that dilution causes AMC to go up. So my question is, why the fuck did they not want more dilution then? He knows his crowd is uneducated and gullible. Absolutely. I mean, this guy went to Harvard. Don't forget.
Because the short sellers had a thesis
Yes,
again. Their thesis was, hey, AMC's going to run out of cash. They can't raise any more debt because we were all maxed out in debt. And they can't raise any more equity because the shareholders haven't given them more shares to sell. They're going to run out of cash.
So he just said that the short thesis is the ape's fault. Did you catch that? He's because now the short sellers know they can't get any more debt and they can't raise any more money. They can't sell any more shares. So the apes fucked them, basically. I knew it. I've been saying that too.
And the reason they thought that is because the second largest movie theater chain in the world, called Cineworld in Europe and Regal here in the United States, owned by the same company, guess what they did in September of 22, like 6 months ago? They ran out of cash. And they filed for bankruptcy. And the same time they ran out of cash.
But guess what?
No cash.
Guess what? Bankruptcy does not mean going out of business.
They had $4 million of cash when they filed for bankruptcy. For a big company, $4 million of cash likes a minute of cash.
The stock's at
Hard to run a company
$13
this
a
size
share.
for under $100 million.
Somebody's whispering their stocks at $13 a share. Well, they're talking about Cinemark, I think, or are they talking about Cineworld? Cinemark is different. Cineworld is Regal Theaters. I don't know why the fuck they still don't have this straight. I think it's because Cineworld, Cinemark, but it's not the same. It's not anyway, whatever. Cinemark is CNK. That is a ticker symbol.
When they ran out of cash, AMC had $900 million of cash. And with this shareholder vote that you just approved by a margin of 88 to 12.
Oh my God.
Vote. You gave us
This is cringe as fuck.
to raise cash.
Like, that's so disingenuous. Like, 88. Come on. What percentage of that? Anyway.
And it's actually why I'm so incredibly confident that AMC's future is bright. Because no matter what the world throws at us, no matter whether the movie theater industry comes back in 23, or not until 24, or not until 25, God forbid, we will be able to raise enough cash that we can outlast it. And that's the significance of what you did in your vote a couple of weeks ago. So,
Fucking hell.
two things, not just to survive, but to prosper and thrive again. First is we need recovery in the box office. But you saw these films that are coming. I just told you, box office in the first quarter is up 28%. Super Mario Brothers grossed over $200 million.
Super Mario Brothers.
The box office is building.
Here we go with the box office bullshit.
That no one could ever hypothesize that we're not going to make it.
Yeah, they can. Yes, they can, because you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Just like you didn't know about COVID. COVID was not, nobody, like, yeah, what a fucking gonif. This guy is a complete gonif. Ugh.
And because of the way you,
Slimy ass fuck.
remember the vote was 88 to 12% yes.
88%. Like, how many times are you going to say that? I swear to God, one more time, somebody's going to stand up and fucking start shouting. I really want them to.
Subject only to the whims of a Delaware judge, because there's a lawsuit in Delaware.
And guess what? Delaware judges, yeah, you're not going to go in there and fucking bullshit a judge, a chancellor in one of the oldest courts in the country that has dealt with more businesses and business-related litigation than any other institution in the country. Yeah, that's why that chancellor did not approve that settlement, because they've seen it all already. They've seen it all. I have no doubt.
Hopefully the judge will see the right side of this argument. We will
Yeah.
raise whatever cash
I'm sure they will.
to make sure that COVID doesn't get us, that Wall Street doesn't get us, that short sellers don't get us.
Shorts.
Nobody's going to get us. And then we can look to a brighter future.
Brighter future.
Takes me back to all of you. And it's sort of what I said, just like when I came on to just welcome you to the theater. Guys,
Yep.
you saved movie-going in America. There are a lot of movie theater chains that went under.
Oh boy, patronizing.
Close to going under before you arrived on the scene.
That's not true. That is not true.
Because we have you. And we have your support. And I know some of you are here only because you want to make money. Nothing wrong with that. God bless America. But a lot
Some.
of you are here because you like going to a theater. And you didn't want to see Wall Street.
Going to the theater. Yeah, this is not going to the theater. Okay, Adam. This is going to the fucking movies. Okay, going to the theater is something completely different. Where I come from, at least. Going to the fucking theater.
We're the biggest movie theater chain in the world in AMC. And I think we have a pretty good product. All things considered, I think we do.
It's the same as every fucking body else.
The country and across Europe. And you all voted with your feet and your arms and your heads and your wallets and your voices. And you said, no, not on your watch. You're not going to let them take AMC down. And you gave us the resources and the love to feed it. And the reason I know this, I live on Twitter now.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is a problem.
Weekends, you see me tweet at 2 a.m. It's just like, I'll go to sleep at 9, I'll wake up at 2, I'll read Twitter for 30 minutes, get in a really bad mood and go back to sleep. By the way, Elon Musk, wherever you are, it's a cesspool. Could you clean up Twitter, please?
No.
Even though there's a little bit of hate.
That goes counter to his stated ridiculous free speech absolutism. So, but of course it's not really free speech absolutism. It's what I like. But anyway.
On Twitter. And that's not just an AMC thing. That's like, go anywhere, talk on Twitter. Even though there's a little bit of hate on Twitter. And that's not just an AMC thing. That's like, go anywhere, talk to anybody who's on Twitter. I'll tell you, it's pretty rough out there. But there's so much love.
Worse for scammers.
For our company on Twitter. I write every tweet you see from me, I write myself. I probably read 1,000.
No, that's not true. There's no way that he does. Not the ones that are like straight up marketing. Like the one about the free Coke, get a free Coke. I seriously question that.
Inbound tweets from you all every single day. I mean, that sounds like a lot. Like, does he have to do any work? It's like, a tweet's like 20 words. It doesn't take very long to read a tweet. Boom, you're like.
Yeah, we know, Adam. Jesus fuck.
But I learned so much about what's on your mind by reading Twitter. Remember, we had 4 million shareholders at the height of it all. I think we have between 3 and 4 million shareholders now. I don't know the exact number, but it's still millions of shareholders. And like, a lot of you talk about AMC a lot on Twitter. It's like incredible. It's like incredible how much commentary.
Oh yeah, I know, Lynn. I was looking for the fine print on that. I'll find it.
About our company. And it reminds me every single day, it's because it's your company. You own it.
No, they don't.
We are you. I work for.
Stop perpetuating these stupid myths. They don't own the company.
For this company, is why we can continue to serve the American public so well. And I'm going to leave you with kind of this thought.
Oh, I'm just going to leave you with this thought, and it cuts off. That's fantastic. Let me see if I can find this here. Where the fuck? I guess I gotta go to Twitter. There it is. Okay, here it is. In case you didn't know, yet another benefit for AMC shareholders currently members of AMC Investor Connect or who joined by April 30. A free large Coke Freestyle fountain drink usable through May 31st. It's free to join Investor Connect, amctheaters.com/stockholders, and full details are in your email. Where's the fine print? I'm not sure what he whispered there. It was when he said that thing about
Incredible. Shareholders so much about what's on your mind by reading Twitter. Remember, we had 4 million shareholders at the height of it all. I think we have between 3 and 4 million shareholders now. I don't know the exact number, but it's still millions of shareholders.
there's got to be fucking more. Is that what he said?
We had 4 million.
I'm trying to tune up the audio here, get some of that low end out of there.
At the height of it all, I think we have between 3 and 4 million shareholders now. I don't know the exact number, but it's still millions of shareholders.
Got to be fucking more. I think that's what he said. I don't know.
Remember, we had 4 million shareholders at the height of it all. I think we have between 3 and 4 million shareholders now. I don't know the exact number, but it's still millions of shareholders. And like a lot.
I don't know. I think that's what he said.
On Twitter. It's like incredible. It's like incredible how much commentary I see on Twitter.
Okay, that's all. I think he did. There's got to be fucking more. Or it sounds like he says there's got to be, and then logically, like Chat GPT would fill in. There's got to be fucking more because it would know. It would know. Maybe more, moron. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Okay. Well, I think actually we should end with a bit of this here.
I expect a nice continuation.
Oh God. Of course. Yeah, of course. I want to, this is the popular part.
Fine. And this actually builds up a beautiful, beautiful sort of nasty looking George W setup. You got two big
a George W setup.
Large George W. Now, what does that even mean, right? It's a double bottom. A double bottom is a bullish sort of technical pattern. And if you combine two of these, that stacks the confirmation, right? So what is this?
Oh.
Technical neckline of $60. I expect a hard move. In fact,
the technical neckline. The technical neckline. How'd that play out? Trey. I mean, listen to this crap he's talking about. The George W. It's a double bottom. It's a bullish. Fuck your goddamn stupid fucking TA. It's double bottom. Double bottom. Yeah, of course. It's bullish. Yeah.
As it is right now, that if we get a clean break over this $59.20, $60 level, right? I expect $70 that same day, as long as it's a clean breakout, right? You're looking for an hourly candle, at least on this sort of time frame.
Let me save you the pain. It never happened.
You can't kill Michael Myers. It's impossible. But what you can do is buy
AMC stock. Millions can then. Trey said this.
Fucking what from me? Get off my dick.
Boy, how the mighty have fallen from this.
Close above that $60 level, and it should get some beautiful trend continuation to eventually test that $70 mark, which will bring us to $77, that all-time high.
Oh!
Then it's fucking squeeze day, baby, crushing those lemon pepper tendies, sucking them right down the gullet, right? You're looking at some beautiful stuff. So this is
looking at some beautiful stuff too.
What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
Because he was.
You're being a little bitch.
Yeah, he was, Charles. All right. He does. Yeah, he does use all kinds of sexually perverse language, and it is disgusting. And I just, it's verbal diarrhea. It's verbal diarrhea. Everything that he said was basically, which to me, what I'm going to say. Shit. What I'm going to say is, whoops, somewhere here I have it. Oh yeah, maybe not. Hang on one sec. Around here, we say that is absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Verbal diarrhea. Don't get it. That's what this is here. It's verbal diarrhea. It's nonsense. Anybody who makes money in the stock market, regularly, consistently, they're not talking about synthetic. They're not talking about counterfeit shares. They're not blaming the SEC. They're not blaming FINRA. They're not speculating about something that might, maybe, should happen. They're trading the market as it is, not as they want it to be. And when they make a mistake, they admit it. They move on. They learn from it. That's it. It's not that hard. It's not easy. But it's not as hard as the apes want to make it. They want to make it hard. They want to make it hard. They want to make it impossible, because then it's not their fault. But it is possible, and it is their fault. So that's all I got.
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock!
Yes, sir. It's your boy, Scotty Allen.
This is a good time.
See you tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. Whenever Lynn wants. It's up to her. You're the real CEO of this channel. Hey, Lynn, you're finally a CEO. See you guys. Oh, by the way, too, if you like this, you'll love our Telegram group. It's not a scam. These motherfuckers, and their goddamn Telegram scams. But it's an actual real Telegram group, and it's actually fun. So yeah, come join it. The link's in the description. Free, obviously. See you there. Have a good night. Bye-bye.